the vision.
Set up to bounce back higher than ever.
We're really looking forward to helping every one of you get into the $1 Million Club. This is a Team $1 Million Club, and it's gonna happen. In fact, there are people right on the tails of making it happen, okay? All kinds of people, and it's gonna get crazier and crazier if you just follow what the guys are teaching throughout the weekend. Just plug it in, make sure you're taking notes and saying to yourself, you know what, if we can do it, you can do it. But I will say this much, that we want every single one of you to be with us as we travel the world. We're gonna be helping people, blessing people, making it happen.
Who wants to be $1 million making machine?
You have to make a decision that you're gonna go win, that you're gonna fight. Life will give you what you fight for. You gotta make a decision that you want something different.
I'm telling you, if I can do it, every single one of you can. And you just have to make up your mind. Like, we've got a lot more grit in us than we think we do. We're a lot tougher than we think we are. And so just make up your mind and go do it.
You have to have desire for more. If you don't, you are in the wrong business. Self-belief and self-value. Duplicating the system, be social, talk to people, and follow up. Don't make it cookie cutter. You guys should be having deeper conversations so your follow-up is easy, it's not forced.
Build now. Build now, build big, build balanced, and you will go into that go-live date with a bigger, better, stronger, badder business than ever before and reap those rewards.
We want to honor someone today that was dear to us. He was an elite senior presidential director, and he left an amazing legacy behind to his amazing wife, Lynn Robinson, and TJ Robinson, and also Mike, which is not here.
Ken was one of my best buddies.
Learn, observe, make it our own, but follow the decision, because the next level isn't a destination, it is a decision. It is a choice that you will make, and the choice is yours, not just to build a business, but to build a legacy.
Sometimes it's not convenient, but be bold enough to get the rejection or get the acceptance. Get used to the no's, because they lead you to the yeses, and that's a very good thing.
When we decided we would jump in, we became a student of the model. Learning to unlearn was the roughest part to switch your brain.
I want to know if you're ready to change your story.
Who's ready to change your story?
Who's ready to change your story? Who's ready for the light? I want you to get up!
Be the light, share the light, get moving. You're up.
Industry, the company needs to have the best interests of the brand partners, and the brand partners likewise need to protect the company.
And if you're desperate, if it took everything you had to get here, to be in your seat, we understand the sacrifice that it took and the leap of faith you took. Desperation, like the lyric says, is a great place to start. You too are exactly where you need to be. So here's my question for you. Is this Saturday, August 9th, 2025, one day for you? Or is it your day one?
We hide behind X39, and this is a moment, if you will step out and be bold and say, I just found an opportunity that is life-changing. The next 4 weeks, and technically the next 11 weeks, can literally set your business on fire. So here's the idea behind this.
This is a tool for you to give people and invite them and share with them and talk about. It is a way, another tool to incorporate in the business so that while you're building your business and you're talking about the things that are at hand.
You have the tools, you have the words, you have the understanding it up. Now it's about having the courage, the 3 seconds of courage to pick up the phone and call that list.
because leaders implement what they've learned. It's time for us to take ownership of our business. People quit. You quit after 3 no's because you had a small investment and no risk, and then people run around and say, most people fail in network marketing. That's not true. People just never got started.
Yeah.
They never took ownership because they didn't invest anything but a couple of $100. They took no risk at all, and there was no ownership.
Goals. Success leaves clues. And let me tell you what I get from all of the leaders in every company that I've met. There are 2 very common traits. Their mindsets and their attitude. That's what you gotta pick up. It's not what they do, it's how they do it. And it's based on their attitude and their mindset. That's what's gonna make you or break you. That's what we want you to go home with.
It only takes one person in your family to change the trajectory of your entire family. Now let me encourage you, that's true with God. But can I tell you, as you're doing the thing you're called to do here, you might have come from a family that's never been out of debt. Your whole family's never been out of debt.
The moment to rise, connect, and transform your future. Welcome to Unstoppable 2026. Join thousands of driven leaders, dreamers, and doers for 3 unforgettable days of growth, mindset, and momentum at the stunning Orlando Marriott World Center, August 7th through 9th. Experience powerful speakers, get insights from our top leaders, and make connections that will last a lifetime. Packages are available with payment plans starting from just $199 with our early bird discounts. Lock in the best price today. Event packages include all lodging, resort fees, and taxes, as well as event tickets to all Unstoppable event sessions and a fantastic dinner together on Saturday night. Don't wait. Prices are going up very soon, and rooms are selling fast. Go to thisisitconvention.com and secure your ticket today.
Okay, well, welcome. We're super excited to be here today, obviously, on this Easter Monday. A lot of people around the world couldn't make it because obviously they got other plans with the family, things like that, but that's fine. That's why we've got this recorded.
And we're grateful to have you guys.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So Brendan, thank you again for doing a spectacular opportunity meeting with us. He partnered with us the last hour to do the opportunity meeting, which is absolutely fantastic. He does a great presentation. Really appreciate all the leaders for doing that, so for stepping up. And so we're going to do some traveling in the next few months. We may be relying on you guys a little bit more on a couple different dates specifically. So I'm Greg. This is my beautiful wife, Men, in case you don't know us. And we want to welcome you to obviously the next level training that we're doing. You want to say hi real quick?
Yes, hello everyone. And wherever you're dialing in from, we just want to say, hope you had a wonderful resurrection weekend with all your family and friends. And we're so grateful that we can share gospel, right? The gospel of Jesus. And I don't know what your beliefs are, but that was the reason for the celebration this weekend. But we also got to hang out with family and friends, and a lot of them don't know about this amazing technology, and the thing is, I'm not equating this to the gospel, but when we have a solution for someone's challenges, we have a solution also for financial blessing. We're not keeping quiet about it, and people are forever grateful that we actually did share, because it's changed the lives for a lot of people. It's changed the outcome of where they're at, and their prayers have been answered. They've been praying prayers for solutions, like this. I mean, we just met someone a few weeks ago at a restaurant. She was serving us, and we shared with her this technology, and we're talking to her about the opportunity. And she told us yesterday, one of her friends, just out of the blue, saw a doctor, was given a diagnosis and told she's got 6 months. And, we never jumped all over her and said, oh, this is going to help her. This is because we can't make those claims. So we got to use wisdom. But at the same time, we do say that this just enhances quality of life.
Oh my goodness.
And it doesn't, there's no contraindication when it comes to medication, doctors appointments, things like that. Keep doing what you're doing. But what if, you know, sometimes just better quality of life, it gives that person hope. I don't know if it's going to extend beyond 6 months or what it's going to do, but we didn't jump all over her. We just said, oh my goodness. And we said to her, I'd just been communicating with her, and I said to her, Rachel, what is her name?
Yeah.
She doesn't live locally. She lives in Oregon. What is her name? What we can do for her right now is pray for her.
Yes.
You know, and it's that. It's like people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So, you know, we just have learned outside of learning about the technology, and this isn't even planned. We didn't plan to talk to you about this today, but outside of learning about the technology, the system, the business, we've learned people skills. Yes. We've learned how to care, how to love on people, you know, and how to really be a voice. The one song, I don't know if you know this, you know, the one song that that I heard in my ears the whole morning is the voice of truth. Who's the group?
That's Casting Crowns.
Casting Crowns sings the voice of truth, you know, and we need to be the voice of truth for people. It's not the voice of Mena or the voice of Greg or the voice of Joan or the voice of Renee, you know, Joyce, whoever, Brendan, Janet, I can name you all. It's not our voice. It's the voice of truth that we need to be sharing with people. So anyway, I don't know where that came from. It was inspiration.
And it was interesting. I tell you a real quick story. Amanda doesn't even know this, but the other day, I don't know what day that was. It was Thursday or Friday last week. I said, you know what? I'm going to go out instead of just staying home, make some phone calls, because we made a commitment to actually do a lot of calls last week, and we did. And so I said I'm going to go by the water, and Lily brought my beach chair and sat by the water. And I was actually making phone calls. I couldn't get a hold of people. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And all of a sudden I hear that song. I'm like, and there's it's an area there. It's called Egmont Key. It's Egmont. I get the name. Anyways, but the point whatever the point there. So I went to the point there, and they got this kind of path that goes by there, and there's these openings right where the water is. So I put my chair there. Well, the next opening was that a guy was playing that song. I'm like, he was actually playing Casting Crowns. I'm like going,
oh, he was?
I'm like, it inspired me. I'm like going, wow. I'm gonna keep on going. I keep on making phone calls. Like, some lives are going to be changed today.
The voice of
so
truth.
Cool. Yeah.
So if there's anything in there for you that you need to take away, just know.
Yeah.
God is speaking to us.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's so cool because just like I said, what's the likelihood of that? Because that was part of obviously in the training of the past couple of weeks, talking about specifically the from the movie Facing the Giants. That song was right in there from that movie, which is pretty amazing. So we're obviously going to be talking about the training today. And again, we're part of the This Is It team with Steve and Gina Merritt, obviously Joyce and Wayne Johnson actually sponsored Ken and Diana, who sponsored us. Very, very excited to be part of this amazing, awesome leadership team. And so we're doing next level coaching. Today, we're doing basically strategies to accelerate duplication and strategies for profitability. We're going to talk more about that because a lot of times we want to help you make sure they understand there's a lot of profitability in this, and there's certain strategies that you can do to actually increase profitability, and we're going to talk more about that. So we're going to talk about, once again, some announcements, some team Zooms that are going on. This is at Team Road to Unstoppable Tour. Lifeway Promotions, a couple of things. We're going to go through that very quickly. We're going to have some team recognition. Right now, we still don't have something's going on with the corporate back office. We're making changes to the back office. So right now, doesn't show all the
it's rank not giving us current rank ups. So it's only those that we hear of.
Yeah, so we're asking everybody, say, do you have any rank advancements on your team? So if you guys got other people, let us know so we can definitely recognize them. But also wins for the week. We definitely, so get ready, please share some wins for the week. We've had a lot of people that have had amazing wins this past week, especially people that just came right out of Orlando. They've had some great things. And then once again, we're talking about duplication strategies for profitability. So first things we're going to be talking about, again, we got some disclaimers we have to mention. So Amanda, you want to go through these real quick?
Yeah, so we're not making any promises or guarantees with regards to the earnings or the earning potential. You know, it depends on your own skills, your own network. It's also your own effort that you're putting in. So we don't compare ourselves like, oh, well, they are making X, Y, I'm not. You know, got to look at your activity and your skills.
Yep.
And then we're also not making any claims with regards to the product healing, giving any miracles, curing anything. But if you're under doctor's orders and you're seeing a doctor for something or you're on medication, we recommend you stay with the doctor's instructions. You stay on the medication. Utilize this, like we said. It's not going to have any negative effect on the medication. So see your doctor, and if you can, we know people, and I'm not making any claims here, but we know people who have actually come off medication when they start to use this.
Yeah, and once again, work with your doctor and the people that you've been working with specifically. We got health coaches of the people that are partnering with us, which is great. And so we say it because we want to be the number one team for compliance. And we want to help you launch your business. So this is all about helping people become profitable, become successful. So this new book of the month, we just got it in. I haven't even cracked it open yet, but obviously kind of an interesting title, right? So it's the number one bestseller, Suck Less and Do Better. So by Nate Green. I've watched a couple different interviews with him talking about, once again, his background, why he wrote the book. And he says that was kind of his own mantra. He goes, suck less, do better. That was his own way. So he said, you know what, I'm going to talk about, what this is. So I'm looking forward to reading this, which is going to be really an interesting title like I've never seen before, which is kind of interesting. So,
when you're doing better, you suck less, right?
So you want to talk about Unstoppable a little bit?
Oh yes, so Unstoppable, my goodness. Okay, so we're on the road to Unstoppable with Steve and Gina Merritt. You see that they've been doing all these trips to different states and also countries. They just came off Portugal. Then we did our Orlando, which was the first state here. Okay, we're going to be talking about that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about that next, but I just want to talk about this first.
So and all of this is leading up to Unstoppable, which is the major event that happens for This Is a Team in August, 6th to the 9th of August. You'll see that it starts on the 6th of August. The 2-star and above executive summit, and this is the schedule for those meetings. We do have people that are coming in from Europe. We have people that are coming in from South Africa. So if you do not have your ticket yet, you want to make sure that you've got your ticket. I believe that there are still the benefit of promotion.
Yeah, they do
the
have
discounts.
They have discount, and so they're again right now. You want to get it because the price is going to be going up, so you want to take advantage of this. I've had people say, "Well, the price is higher than when." Yeah, initially, I said we're the first. As soon as it becomes available, we book our tickets. I think our tickets were like number 12 and 13 or something like that. The reason why is because we understand the importance of these events, because really it's a strategy from event to event. You grow from event to event. Why? Because these are all belief builders. And so again, here's the QR code for this, and you want to be able to take advantage of it.
And I just want to say a lot of you on here have already purchased your tickets. So congratulations to you. Now what we do is we promote. We're promoting. So David Schmidt's going to be there, Meredith Burkich, obviously Stephen Gino, all of this is a team leaders, Geraldo, Janine. So you're going to be around the fire. Believe you me, we've come off these events and we're just so excited. We see
Huge
growth. The
Yeah.
company LifeWave sees the growth that happens around these events. So you don't want to miss out. You don't want your team people to miss out. And even the newest person, tell them about this. Because you know what, not telling them about it is like cutting them off at the knees, right? You're not giving them the opportunity to make a decision to be at an event that could take their business, take their lives to the next level.
Yeah, and so one thing I would encourage people to do is, because a lot of times people are like, going, well, I don't know I don't think it's important, or what this and that. I said, think about the industry you're in. I don't care if you pick the industry that you do work in. Imagine the top people in that industry in the entire world teaching at a very specific time in a weekend. Would it be worth it for you to take your time out of your schedule to basically learn from the top people? Well, that's what this is. This is the top people in our business, in our industry, literally the top people in LifeWave that are teaching specifically what to do, how to do it. And like I said, I've always told people before, like even with the upcoming events that we have, I'll talk about those in a second, but upcoming events, would it be worth taking your time? Someone said, would you take 5 hours where if you learn something in 5 minutes, it saves you 5 years, right? I mean, we learned how to become we learned how to become independent, I should say, through this, because I was dependent on a job I didn't want to be dependent on anymore, and because of this, we learned what to do, how to do it, so I didn't have to be dependent anymore.
So, and if you haven't got your tickets yet, or you haven't yet, scan that QR code, do that.
But share with others.
And if you have any questions, get back together with the person that you're working with, and ask them the questions and let them know, like, what are your challenges, or what do you need to overcome to actually get there?
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a simple thing. Well, I got this going, this going. Well, sometimes we work on solutions. So obviously tonight we have Kevin and Emily Wilson are going to be doing the meeting at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. We always encourage people to get on those meetings and tie people into those. That's how we've learned how to even do presentations, was basically watching other people do presentations. And I'm taking notes, so we'll be taking notes tonight.
And they also do Motivation Monday.
Yeah, which is going to be absolutely, they always do a great job. And
okay, Wednesday, women's meeting. Please join us at noon Eastern Standard for South Africa. For Europe, it's going to be 6 p.m. South African and European time. UK, I think it's 5 p.m. So you don't want to miss out. We just get really social and community-like. We love on each other. We share our wins. We share things that we're not too excited about. We ask questions and we share the opportunity. So bring your friends. Don't come alone.
Ladies only, no guys on there. If any guys are on there, we'll come visit your home personally. Anyway, so also we have a leadership Zoom that we do every Wednesday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We do that just before the 8 p.m. meeting that's going on. 8 p.m. actually is when they do the presentation, which is great. I'm trying to think of who's doing it this week. I know I saw it on there. So anyway, it's actually Carl and Kathy Firestone are doing the meeting on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. But this is a leadership where we're going through the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Much better title for a book. Anyway, so it's a great book. We're going to be on chapter 8, I believe, which is actually the law of intuition. Great chapter. I actually just got done reading it this morning. So again, absolutely fantastic, getting prepared for that meeting. So then we also have the business building seminars, the BBSs that are coming up. We just completed Lisbon and Orlando. Orlando was amazing. We had all the leaders. This is the room. It was packed. This is actually before all the people were even in there. They were just kicking off the meeting, and you can see what was in there. There's a lot more people that showed up even after this. So it was a packed house, absolutely phenomenal. So again, the one that's coming up this Saturday, Men and I will be there. It's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. I tell people, if you know anybody in Missouri, know anybody in Illinois, know anybody in Kansas, know anybody in, we got people coming from, there's people coming from Nebraska, from Wisconsin, from Minnesota, from whatever, any surrounding areas. If they're remotely closest to St. Louis, you definitely want to be there. So once again, it's awesome because probably 90% of people are going to be there to be a part of our team, which is awesome. And then we also have Nick Kilpack, that's actually the regional sales manager. He's going to be there, and he's also bringing swag and product and other stuff too, which is kind of cool. So he asked Josh, do you mind if I bring this up? We're like, please bring a truckload. We love freebies, so it's pretty cool. And then you want to talk about this one, other one that's coming up too? Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is Dallas, Texas, and look at all the amazing leaders that will be there. So if you're anywhere close to Dallas, Texas, you want to get there. But it's also the Life Waves boot camp, so you can tie into that.
So corporate will be there as well.
Corporate will be there, but you can tie into that. But Stephen Gina Merritt will also be doing the Business Builder Seminar.
Yeah, so who do you know in Texas? Who do you know in Oklahoma? Who do you know in New Mexico? Who do you know in Arizona? Everybody can go to there, specifically Atlanta, Georgia.
Jones is going to be there. I know there are a few people that are planning to be in Atlanta, Georgia, or the surrounding areas. You know what the whole thing is who do you know? Just go through your list of people, and anybody who's close enough to get to any one of these meetings, make sure they get there. I mean, the information you're going to get from people all of these people have hit significant levels in the business.
The week after that, I don't have it on here yet, but it's in Cleveland, Ohio. But there is something coming up in Sweden. You want to talk about this also?
Oh my goodness, we're so excited, and I don't know if
we've got
Angela, we've got Linda that are going to be going to Stockholm, Sweden, for the LifeWave corporate event that's going to be held there. So I'm putting them in touch with Alexandra Noel so that they can introduce themselves. You know what? There's something for everybody. It doesn't matter where you're at. So if you know people who are in Europe, surrounding countries that are bordering Sweden, you want to let them know about this because you don't want them to miss out.
Absolutely. And then we have also the, what's it called in Munich is what they call the LifeWave Congress. It's really, Steve and Gina are calling it, they said this is the launch for Europe. This is a team launch for Europe, getting really things moving forward. And obviously in Germany, and they're going to have a capacity of over 1,500 people. This is actually June 12th and 13th in Munich. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. So Steve and Gina Merritt are going to be doing training from there as well, which is going to be awesome. They're speaking there, which is fantastic. And then again, of course. We don't know if David's going to be there or not, but he usually, because he's close in Denmark usually, so he might be there in person, which would be amazing. But again, Meredith's going to be there, Christian Dorner, also Claudia are going to be there. So if you know anybody in Europe, there's people coming in for that, but that's in June. And so we're promoting it now because it is going to sell out. I'm telling you that right now. And when corporate puts on an event, they do a great job. Lots of great training. And also we had a lot of freebies, including stuff like that. And one thing I was going to mention too, is that even for this year, for this, they're including lunches, they're including coffees. They did the same thing in South Africa. It was all this food was included, which was absolutely amazing. So,
I mean, the ticket price of €49, it's like nothing. You know, I mean, so compared to a lot of the business seminars that I've attended, you know.
Very expensive,
so
Yep. And I wanted to share this. I shared this last week. We've got some things we're doing for
can I just share quickly?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Saturday morning, Steve Merritt called us to discuss a few things, and
yes,
we are very excited to announce this, and I am hoping that those of you who are on here from South Africa and Europe, so Steve Merritt wants to do a business building seminar especially for South Africa.
Yep.
Okay,
that's going to be remote.
It's going to be through Zoom, but it's going to be a business building seminar exactly the same way that we're doing these business building seminars for all these states and countries, okay? So it's going to be big. He's pretty excited about it. He mentioned it to us, so we're going to be talking about the dates and the time and so on. And we're going to be asking some of you guys to help us out, to maybe share a little bit, maybe panels or whatever we need to do. So get excited. We'll be announcing the time and the date soon.
Yeah, we're talking to the other leaders in South Africa about
we'll be talking to Mil and Candace and to Sandy and her husband and a few people there. So
and it'll be during the week. Is what
it's going to be during the week and an evening because people are home from work, you know, and then it fits our schedule here in the States. And our plan is, I'm hoping, and I haven't really spoken to Steve about this, is to get Christian Dorner there as well, because he oversees all of Europe and South Africa. So pretty excited. It's brand new, hot off the press. We don't even have the date and time. So excited about that.
To be determined, but again, be excited about that because the whole thing is.
And let's start talking, inviting people. You know, once you got the date solidified, let's make this huge.
Yes.
Let's make it big.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be once again online. He said in the future it's gonna be in person, but that's something that
he said him and Gina want to be in South Africa for the next one. So if we show up big, believe you me, South Africa, and you know South Africa that you are number 2 on the ranked number 2 out of all 10 top European. Australian as well as New Zealand, South Africa ranked number 2 in volume or sign-ups, right? Enrollments.
Yeah. So think about all of the countries in Europe. Once again, including then you get New Zealand, Australia, South Africa. South Africa is number 2 amongst all those countries. So they had a top 10 list, but South Africa is number 2 out of all the different ones. I think I'm forgetting how many countries.
10.
No, it's more countries.
Well, top 10. Yeah.
But anyway, so we put together some material specifically for. I don't know why I keep on going next thing. So we put information specifically for different doctors' offices, different other stuff. So these things are available. I'm going to talk to Brendan. Brendan's already got put together some great information, but we have also videos that we can play that actually have the QR code and different things on there specifically for the people they can put in a world searching. I'm not going to go through all those details. One thing I do want to make sure we've been mentioning, this thing is just forwarding automatically. I don't know why it's forwarding automatically. But the one thing is that we also want to make sure people understand how the 90-day money back guarantee works for customers. Now, this is not for brand partners. It's for customers. So when you sign up a customer, their very first order is guaranteed for 90 days. So if they're not completely satisfied, they have a 90-day money back guarantee with that. We've been signing people up on a 90-day supply. So we'll order 3 sleeves of X39 for a 90-day supply, the very first order, because if they order in April, 1 sleeve, and another in May, another one in June, they're only going to get money back on the very first order. So keep that in mind. We're going to keep on reminding people about this, but it's something that we've been signing up more and more customers, and by doing that, we want to make sure people understand the 90-day money back guarantee, how that works. So again, keep that in mind. It's only for the first order that is placed. So some Lifeway promotion, we'll go through these very, very quickly. This is the last week that basically you be qualified for the what's called one-star directors. If you help develop any one-star directors on your team, they basically have to be qualified this week and then continue for the next 4 weeks after this in order to basically for you to get the $250 bonus. And it could be anywhere, even in depth. It could be someone way down depth, as long as you are a director and above and you have someone become a director. Now they need to carry that forward for the next 5 weeks. We've got a lot of people that are in qualification, which is very exciting about that for that actual bonus for the people on the team. So I was going to say, but wait, there's more. I'm not going to go through this quickly. I'm going to go through it very, very fast. Once again, there's Lifeway enhancements. That's through July 1st, where everybody's getting extra money. All this extra green is actually putting more green in people's pockets. So it's actually money, extra money people are earning at the as an active brand partner, 1, 2, 3 star managers, which is awesome. And then also as 3-star manager, 1 and 2 star directors, they're getting paid more money on this. And we're just talking to Steve, and they got other exciting
payouts coming.
That are coming. And also, we heard, we don't know it yet, we don't know exactly, but we heard that as of next Monday, they're going to be announcing the next incentive trip. So we're hopefully they're going to be announcing that, and it's going to be very exciting. Between a lot of that and a lot of other bonuses, they're constantly adding more income, more different things. We're always excited about incentive trips because we're qualifying. So that's what happens. So we have to talk about the disclosure. We can never guarantee any income, but the one thing we can guarantee is that if you follow the system, you can produce and grow, and we've helped people do that. And so again, on lifewave.com, you can go and see the 2024 earnings disclosure, but we have to show it because we want to be the #1 team for compliance, and that's what we're doing. We want to make sure that we're all compliant and everything else. So please feel, if you got any things you want to watch, feel free to read that, but we got to share this when we're explaining a little bit more of that. So let's go. So we do have 2 other things we're going to share, and then we're going to kind of get into some of the other information. We do have obviously our 8-minute video that we've been sharing with people, and then we got also a video, this is our 16-minute video. So we have 60-minute video. Steve and Gina have less than an 8-minute video that they have. If you don't have access to these, scan the QR code, utilize these videos, because then people get to hear the presentation. It's brief with belief, gives great information. It's not a place to just send people. You want to basically make sure they know what it is, and then follow up with them and answer questions to help people get started. So our goal is obviously 1 million strong. So we're going to be talking about that, but we want to get to the recognition because we do have some people we want to recognize. And then again, we're going to then move on to obviously the wins for the week. So keep that in mind. When we go to you, make sure you unmute yourself first. Anyway, so recognition, we want to celebrate you. So you want to talk about 1-star manager?
Yeah, so 1-star manager, if you don't know what that is, you decide, hey, I like what I see, I'm going to get started. You get your package. And then what do? We care so much about people that we wear it and we share it. And we talk with one person, one friend, and we place them on our left because we build 2 teams, a left team and a right team. So we place one on the left, one on the right, and they have to be at a 300-point volume. So if you're not signing them at a 300-point volume, you can do 2 on the left, 1 on the right, 300-point volume on both legs, and 2 sleeve subscription. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that. And then you are eligible, you're a 1-star manager and you've ranked there, and you're eligible for $25 payouts per week for 9 weeks. It's extra money. The newest person gets that. It's extra money. It's a business launch bonus that LifeWave is offering. So,
and the timer starts 9 weeks when you register the business. As soon as you register as a brand partner, that starts at 9 weeks. So if you start making money the 11th week or hit 1-star manager, there's no bonuses. It's only on the first 9 weeks to give you an idea. So so go ahead.
So we have a new 1-star manager, Dr. Lloyd and Charity Ryder. It's husband and wife. And they are personally sponsored by Dennis and Delora O'Brien, and I believe they're in the DC area, Washington.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So they're pretty excited. They're implementing this in their practice. So
very, very exciting. They're moving very, very quickly, signing up a lot of people. So also the 2-star manager, we always talk about, once again, out of the gate in 48. Once again, 2 people, 1 right, 1 left, and then left and right by Monday night. So within the first week, we want to help people put 2 left, 2 right, and basically now they get that $50 bonus for the next 9 weeks. And we have several people that have actually accomplished this too. So actually, Kim Labacher, we just found out about her that she's part of Dennis. She was personally sponsored by Dennis Porter, who was on Chuck and Diane Williams' team. So she just hit 2-star manager. Very, very excited about that. I was thinking about the other one. There's actually 1 more, but there's a new 3-star manager. So those of you know that Ken and Diana Burke, they're Their son Spencer just hit 3-star manager, and he's basically rocketing through this very, very quickly. Going to become a 1-star director and 2-star director very, very quickly. But congratulations to Spencer as well. None of those people are on the meeting today because, again, this is during the day for that. But we want to at least recognize them, on this meeting. Now we got other people. So if you got people on your team that have hit different ranks, doesn't matter what it is, or you've hit a higher rank, please let us know, because the reporting is down right now, so we don't know who's got what. But there's just people that have reported back to us because these are personally people that they've sponsored. So just want to let you know. So now we get to my favorite part of this meeting is wins for the week. So we always want to hear, how you're winning again, winning some more, how you're helping people win again, and win some more. So I've got some things I wanted to share, but I want to hear from you guys. So please, Renee, unmute yourself. Just kidding. So we always say the people that want to share first, go ahead and unmute yourself. And Renee's always the first one. She waits for everybody. Says, okay, go ahead. So Renee, how are you doing? Happy Easter, by the way.
Good. Happy Easter. I hope you all had a great. It was nice. It was a sweet weekend. It was sweet.
Absolutely.
That's what I like to say. But a win is that I got a new brand partner signed in advance on Saturday. So cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
was supposed to see one of the women's presentations, and then she couldn't make it last minute, so then I just did it with her. And then it was send her the enrollment, and just was kind of waiting. Okay, I checked up on her, and then all of a sudden Saturday she's like, boom, I sent it. I'm like, okay, because she was deciding if she was gonna go brand partner. She was she knew she wanted to in the future, and I said, well, if you're gonna do it, just do it now, And so she did.
That's awesome.
And they're already entrepreneurs, so which is great. They have they're like in trucking and that kind of a thing, and they're in Nevada, so know them from a long time ago, and so I'm excited. So we're gonna start to get them involved. So that was a cool win. That was a cool win. So
that is great. And then there's going to be some meetings out in California too, actually later on. I think sometime in May is when they're doing that.
Okay.
Meetings like that. So if they want to tie into something like that, that's great. So that's fantastic. No, where in Nevada are they located?
It's I forget what the name is. I wasn't familiar with it. Not in Las Vegas, not that way. It's more I forget what the city is. It's just but so they're going to be good, and I'm looking forward to the event in Dallas. So I mean, it's like actually in Frisco. It's like 20 minutes from us. So and
oh wow,
Carmen and Rocky will be going with us. So and I think I have another brand partner going with us too. So
awesome.
Okay, great. Wow.
Yeah, cool. Get as many people there as possible. You'll be grateful when you have as many people in the room as possible, because otherwiise you'll be going, man, I knew I wish.
I know, especially this one because it's a double hit.
That's right.
Because they put them together. I remember seeing them when they were separate, and then I was just like, oh, I remember asking you guys, and then it was like, oh, they're putting them together. That's cool, because they had a corporate one here before, and that was amazing. And then I've gone to so it's good to see them both together.
The great thing is a lot of the speakers for corporate are actually from this as a team. That's why they're doing it together.
So there's extra. Now, are all of the business one? Are they all having a Friday night presentation before?
I don't know. That's a great question.
We are. I mean, it is here. So I just wanted to say, if people don't know anybody here or whatever, like, people are welcome to just let I'd be welcome.
That's great to know. What time is that? Is that 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, or what time is that?
Yeah, I mean, pardon me?
Is it 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock? What time is that Friday?
7. It's 7 here, Central Time. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of great leaders here, but if you happen to not have, anybody to welcome them, I'd be glad to do it for whoever. So
fantastic. That's great.
Thank you. Thanks for letting us know.
Yes, absolutely. That's great. And that's all about teamwork. Because that's the thing that we tell people, if you have people in, these different cities, we'll be in St. Louis. So if you know people from anywhere around that area, let us know, because we'll introduce them to Steve and Gina and everybody, which is pretty cool. So absolutely. Thank you, Renee. Those are great. That's a great win. Congratulations. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. So who else wants to share?
Joan.
Yes, Joan, how you doing?
We're excited.
Yes.
I'm great. I have a few wins. I spoke to actually, it was someone that came to my business launch that Greg and Minna did for me several weeks ago, a couple months ago, and contacted me this weekend and ready to sign up and start using the patches, and big time entrepreneur. So I'm hoping that he'll catch the fever and want to build, and I know he'll share as he start seeing results for himself. But then I've also connected with 2 networking groups that, for the most part, the group that I went to last week, several people didn't know anything about the patches. So fresh crowd. And I'm meeting with a chiropractor next Monday to talk about the patches and give him more information. He was really excited about them. And then I'm connecting with another group just a little bit away from me that they're totally clueless about the patches too. So I'm super excited for new opportunities to share and bring people in.
That's fantastic. You've been doing great, and that's the one thing, because she's been visiting different places, different stuff. And again, it's so funny. Some places you go, you'll run in there, and everybody seems to know about it. And there's a place you go, no one knows about it. So that's kind of what happens. And so
consistency is what we see, both with Renee, both with Joan, consistently every day. And I know a lot of you on here. And look at the seed that happened, that's kind of sprouted now from January. I mean, we were in Orlando when we did that launch for you. So that was January.
Yeah.
I mean, we're now in April already. So
and that's the key of following up and touching base with people. And that's really what it is. So Joan, you're doing absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Great news.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, it's just the beginning. And that's the part, it's amazing. Like Steve Merritt said, he said, you find a builder on the right, you find a builder on the left, and you will become, can I say this? A millionaire?
Many millions.
He said, but if you find, and he just knows from experience, so he said, you find multiple builders on the right and multiple builders on the left. He said, obviously you can multiply that out.
Many millions.
Yeah, we're not supposed to say millions either, so whatever. So the whole purpose is that we can never guarantee any income, but guess what? There's people that are making a lot of money. So guess what? If there's someone who's making a lot of money,
Not me.
knows what can happen, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
So we're very excited because we never know who knows who and where
That's the
it's going to
thing.
go.
Yeah.
And we're working with people way down in depth and getting great results. It's amazing what happens. So awesome. We've got time for one more. Anyone else want to share anything specific? Thank you, Joan, for sharing.
And Renee.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody? Maybe you want to share.
Yeah. So one thing that's kind of interesting is we had again a challenge thrown out from actually at our Orlando meeting, which is pretty interesting. That one of the people, so Ingrid and Tommy and Ingrid Sardee actually said, hey, she threw out a challenge. She said, hey, we always talk about talking to a lot of people. She goes, why don't you take the next 5 days, basically from Monday through Friday, and talk to 100 people. And I literally sat back and I went, what? That's a lot of people in 5 days. We do usually an average like 7 people a day is what we do. And I'm thinking like, okay, 20 people, man, that's like triple the amount that we normally, and I went, we can do that. We can do that. So the point is that what happened out of that is that we actually have tons of people that we're following up with. We started going out, not everybody can do that. And again,
he took the challenge to do 20 and I took the challenge to do 20.
Yes.
For 5 days. So Monday through Friday.
So what's happening out of that is we're following up a lot of the people. A lot of people we couldn't get a hold of. We made phone calls. That's what I said. I was tired of sitting at home looking out the window. It's just so beautiful outside. I'm going to go out to the beach, and that's what I did. I went to the beach on Wednesday morning, and I went to the beach on Thursday during the day, and actually made a bunch of phone calls from there. Why not? But it made me really think about when someone throws out a challenge, you can either deny it or you can accept it. Now again, everybody's different. And so that's the whole part of when we talk about the commitment. I don't know if I found the commitment card, but we talk about, finding, 10 people, talking about this is a challenge, right? So we tell the people all the time, well, then the next one, and some people do it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you pick what it is, you get started and you put 5 on the right, 5 on the left, right? That's what you want. That's what you want to do. I challenge people to do it in 30 days because something happens with momentum. I posted on one of the things today, actually something from Jim Rohn talking about momentum and consistency, doing something consistently. So what I'm saying about that, it was something that for my brain, it was a win for a mental challenge that I went, well, wait a minute, we can do this. And sometimes it just takes yourself saying, you know what, I can do that. Just like Joan saying, I'm going to find a good networking group I can be a part of. I'm going to go out there. And she had some challenges with different groups that she went to that she was rejected, so to say. It's like, it's funny. But once again, what do? You say, you know what, I'm going to keep moving forward.
You don't give up.
You don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part for us. So again, is that going to be, are we doing that every week? No, it's just something, it was a challenge. It was thrown out. This is a challenge. We're going to recommend filling out signing, right? And basically saying, this is what I'm going to do, because there's something magical about doing that. Because when we talked about it, then we started defining, she goes, well, it's follow-ups too. And it's other people. And I said, well, no, it's got to be new people. And then also people that we're working with, they're new people, not just, and then of course, following other people that we're talking to, but not just, but it's all new people. That's the whole purpose. It's not like, just, hey, I talked with Renee today. That counts as what? No, it was she was already on our team, So those are other things that when you start thinking about that, how things can start changing. So we're expecting huge results. We already got several people we signed up, but again, our goal is once again to sign up a lot more. So, and I could go on and on just because of that. And the one thing I want to really challenge you on more than anything else is set some daily goals. Where do you want to be? How many people you want to call? And just do that, because that is something that makes a huge difference. My wife is amazing at this. I wish I was. I'm very consistent. She's like super consistent. She's like, if she had a cape on it, have a big C on her chest, Mrs. Consistent, whatever. It's pretty amazing. So that's what you want to do, is you want to basically be consistent, because we're going to talk about that today, specifically about making money, because that's what creates huge income. Did you want to share anything real quick before we get to the next part here? Because we obviously are very, very excited about the business. The opportunity is absolutely phenomenal. People that miss the opportunity, I feel they're missing out because they don't understand how huge this really is. So last week we talked about developing a winning mindset and a winning team, part 2. I'm not going to go through all the details of that, but again, we were talking about obviously Facing the Giants book, which was great. And again, this week we're going to talk about duplication and strategies for profitability. So the one thing that we can't stop talking about duplication. Even Steve and Gina said, hey, when you're in Orlando, we want to talk about duplication. When you're in St. Louis, we want you to talk about duplication. When you guys do your training, we're doing the training on the 18th that we're going to be talking about duplication. But we also want to talk about different strategies. So really, you're voicing this slide, but this is a system that allows you to duplicate your efforts. And this is what your team's going to look like. Once again, you're going to find people, and it's going to grow that way if you just follow very specific things. But the thing is that I want you to understand something that we're going to really highlight today. We're going to talk more about some different things over the next few weeks. But we really want to talk to you about something that's actually huge. And I talked about this already with, once again, the power of 10 commitment, because this is the stepping stone to do this. So again, when you think about this, when Steve and Gina Merritt said, hey, what we want you to do is in the next 90 days, and they tell this with personally, said, you want to build a big business, right? We said, yes. They said, the next 90 days, we want you to put 20 personals left and 20 personals right. So this is a stepping stone to basically getting that done. So once again, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this in 30 days or 60 days, whatever it is, you put five people right, 5 personals right, and 5 personals left. That's the one thing that you start doing. But this is the long-term goal here. And the reason why is because it becomes very profitable, because you will find people who want to do it now. You'll find people who want to do it later. And you'll find people who just want to use the product. And then you'll find people that will use the product for just a month or two and they'll stop. It's reality. That's really what happens. But the key to this is the staying focused on talking to 5 people a day or 3 people a day or 7 people a day. You pick the number that works best for you. Some people are like, I'm doing 10 people a day. Some people are like, I could do 20. Whatever number you pick, stick to that and be consistent with it every single day. Now, some people, they do Monday through Friday or whatever it is. But the one thing we want to really highlight here is that, once again, getting people to the advanced. Now, again, they may start with core. They may start even as a customer, but then they'll upgrade to core and then become an advanced. Getting people in advanced and 2-sleeve auto ship helps them become as profitable as possible. That's for you as well. So if you're on the core package and you're not on the advanced, or you have people on your team that are on the core package, not advanced, but they want to build the business, they are limited. So now they can only earn up to 4 ways. Even if they get two sleeves, they can only earn up to 4 ways. Once they're on the advanced pack with 2-sleeve auto ship, now they can actually earn as much money as possible. Even as customers or other brand partners that are not interested in really building a business, you want to help them on an auto subscription. If they're not building a business and it's just one person, you get them on 1 sleeve. If they're a business builder or want to build a business, they want to be on 2 sleeves. I can't tell you how many people have missed out and not signed people up on the monthly subscription. And they wonder why. They go, why is my income not increasing? I'm sponsoring people, but my income's not going up. It's because you're duplicating something that other people are duplicating what you're not doing, so to say. And so really what it is we've seen this with a lot of people. We'll go back and find out, why aren't they on subscription? And we look at them, they go, oh, I didn't even know I was supposed to be on subscription, and they're missing out on that. So I know Minna knows this very, very well, but do you want to talk a little bit about, once again, what happens if you're not on subscription? Because people stop earning money.
Well, the whole thing is we get paid off of volume. So if people don't get products, we don't have that volume, and that volume doesn't it's not, we're not going to earn the dollars, and so your business really goes to zero. And you have to get out there again. This, by keeping people on subscription, you have the solid foundation, which then frees you up, because now they're getting their product. 10 people will be getting their product. So say you've got, with a commitment card, you've got your 10 people and they're all on subscription. Now you've got ground to work with. You don't have to worry about, am I going to get a payout? Am I going to, you've got it consistent coming in month after month after month, and you can focus on building for that person, helping them start to get their foundation set up. But if you don't have subscription, you're building that foundation all the time. You're trying to put the walls up, but there's no foundation to build on. So what we do is we make sure we have a strong foundation, and then we start putting the walls up, because now we can start working with that person to help build their wall, and working with the other person to build their wall, to build the next wall. Now we got the house, then we build the internal walls, and so we have a strong business. Have no subscription, everybody's at zero, you're at zero, they're at zero, and everybody's wondering what's going on. Oh, nobody's making any money. Why? Because we did not implement subscription. And so the one thing I realize is people are afraid to talk about it. It's like, this is the lifeblood of your business.
And also the lifeblood of them staying healthy and continue using the product over and over and getting
so you're
huge
thinking
results.
of them, you're thinking of yourself, and you're thinking of them in the future when they start sharing. Because if they're not on a subscription, they're inactive. And so the person that they sign up at an Advanced Plus, what is it, 165? So, we all get those product introductory bonuses, right? So I had to do this with one of the young ladies that got signed up with us. Her life is so busy, and she said, I can't be on a subscription. So for a while, she actually said to me, I'm going to put my business on pause. And I thought, okay, she's putting her business on pause. No subscription, it's not going to change anything for her, big deal. She doesn't really want to do anything. Then she introduces me to someone who wants to get this premium package. What do you think I did? I called her up and I said, hey, you got to get on subscription, because guess what? The 405 product introductory bonus is not going to go to you, it's not going to go to me, and it's not going to go to the new person that signed up. It's getting lost. LifeWave is keeping that money. They're not paying it to anybody. I said, I want you to make that money. And so guess what she did? She got signed up on subscription straight away. So, the way I talk about it is when I sign someone up, I say, okay, great. You need advanced. You need 3 months, at least 90 months run for yourself. You need 90 months run for your spouse.
90 day, honey.
Sorry, 90 day. 90 days, sorry. 90 day. I'm getting ahead.
3 months.
3 months for yourself, 3 months for your spouse, 90 days.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Just put him on.
I got it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
On,
Go ahead.
okay. So anyway, now what we do is we say, okay, that's great. We're super excited about you. You know what? This is how we do this business. You want to go out there, you want to share, you want a strong business, you want to make money. This is how we do it. We set you up on a 2-sleeve subscription. 1 month for you, one month supply for your husband or your wife. And you know why? Because that way you're not going to run out of sleeves, and that way you're going to have enough to share with people, because you have your neighbor next door who needs it, right? You can give her one straight away when she gets hers. You've got some to rotate out. So I say, this is the way we do it.
Yes.
And then I also say to them, and guess what? You've got your login for your back office. You can go in, you can change it up. You can bring it down to 1. You can even push it forward. You can push it back. You're in control. But this is the way we start everyone. We set them up so that they are able to win at
Yes.
this.
Yeah, we want to set people up to win. Plus, we also want to make it simple. If you can, if you make things a big deal, they become a big deal. If you make things a very small deal, hey, this is what we do. I can't keep track of thousands and eventually tens of thousands of people, so this is what we do. We set you up automatically. We're going to be in touch multiple times between now and then, and you have full control over this. But this is the way we set
You're
it up.
in control.
And I let them know. And
Yeah.
so you may have to remind them again, because sometimes people, you're going through a lot of stuff and they're just like, what's this auto ship again? I just said to someone last week, we got them got the person set up on auto ship, and they go, what is this auto ship again? What is it? And I said, because she started as a customer, she bought a 90-day supply up front, and I pushed back the auto ship 90 days. So I said that you can do that too. So that's what we did. I went in and changed the date to specifically do that. If she was a brand partner, she wanted to stay active and wanted to build a business, no, I'm going to set it up for the next month, right? Even if she bought a 3-month or 6-month supply, you want to set them up with that. So, and to me, I made it very, she goes, oh, that's right. Remember you mentioned, okay, that's fine. No problem. I said, you have full control over that. I said, but our goal, we're going to follow up with you, and make sure you understand how this works.
And you know what, if you start right, they're going to duplicate what you do. But if you say, hey, you know what, just get your package and, it's okay. What's going to happen? They're duplicating what you've just told them. They're going to tell their friend. We've seen this a lot, you know, when people say, oh, just get signed up, get 1 month's supply and, you'll be good. And then what do? That person goes and signs 10 people up on 1 month's supply.
Yeah.
So they're duplicating exactly what you've done with them. They think that's the way to do it. If you set them up right and you tell them this is the way we do this, because this is the way that Ken and Diana showed it, this is the way that Joyce and Wayne showed us, this is the way that Kim and Matt and Steve and Gina have done it, all the way down the line. We're all doing the same thing. So guess what? They're going to talk to their people about it. And if there's a fuss, they say, okay, well, this is the way we do it. But I'm putting you in charge of your back office, and then you're in control. So then they know that when they speak to people, they're going to say, this is the way we do it. That's it. You've taken, you are responsible for you. They are responsible for them, and they're responsible then ultimately for what happens in their business. But it's off your shoulders. So, we do our best to make sure everybody is, because if a person starts at core and they're not going to build, they're just going to, we're going to give them the best option, one Steve subscription, but we're going to want to go back to them and upgrade them, right? Hey, by the way, guess what? You can get a discount. You get a discount. You know how many people are excited to know that there's a discount? I have a girl that orders from me like right throughout the year, just because I'm always able to give her a promotion, something. I'm offering her something. She's like, hey, do you have any more promos for me? And there's always something that I'll work out for her. There's always something. And, that's service. That's service. She's not building. She's not referring anybody to me, but she's always coming back to me because I'm able to offer her a good deal.
Yep.
And so look out for the people that you sign up. The one thing we're also trying to avoid is we're making sure, and all of you are great at this. All of you are really, really good at this, is we make sure we give them that service afterwards. We sign them up, check in. Hey, has your product arrived? Don't forget, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Make sure you add additional electrolytes. And by the way, I sent you that health tracker. Are you keeping track?
Did you print that off?
What are you feeling? Maybe you need to tweak some things here and there. So follow-up is really important. And hey, have you thought of anybody? Who are 2 people, 3 people, 4 people that you thought of,
you love,
and let's maybe reach out to them, because why? What do we want to do? We want them to recover. So that initial payout, we want them to make that back. Can you imagine how good it feels when someone can actually make all that money back, the money that they initially put in? It's amazing. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm making more money than I'm spending. I mean, we spend $200 a month. Our first month, we made $3,000 our first month. I mean, we're making more than that every week. Yeah. And our initial investment has stayed, our monthly expense has stayed at $200.
Yeah.
stayed there.
Steve and Jen asked us to cover in St. Louis. We're going to do a Carl and Kathy Firestone talked about, once again, comparing this to a traditional business. I've been working with business owners for 30 years. Men has had traditional businesses, so the expenses of that is huge. This is like nothing.
I just got my annual fee that I have to pay to stay in business as a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? I mean, what do I get for it? I don't understand. I still got to do my own work. I've got to put my hours in to get paid, put my hours in to get paid, but they're charging me. And I'm trying to figure out what this is all about, you know. But hey, we pay it. Why? Because we want to stay in business.
Mm-hmm.
So the question, we ask the question, but nobody's making a fuss about it. We're just paying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing I do tell people all the time, if you're having some challenges helping people get on auto ship, talk to us. We can get on the phone with them and explain it. It's pretty simple. But again, it's just, if you make it a big deal, it becomes a big deal. If it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. And that's it. That's just in general. This is how we do it. You don't glaze over it. You don't just do it and then don't talk about it. No, you talk to about it. Say, we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success physically and also financially. From a business standpoint, if they want to build a business, financially, you need to be on 2-sleeve auto ship. Now, I've had some people that say, oh my gosh, this has happened, is that I've got extra sleeves. Can I just pause this for a while? I explain to them what happens if they pause the business. They can't make any money. So if they refer somebody or if they sign somebody up, they're not going to get those bonuses. So that's the first part. The second thing is the points you earn go to zero. So if you got a team underneath you, those points go to zero. I say I would recommend being at least on just one sleeve and staying active that way. But I've had some people that have said, no, I just need to pause it just for the next 90 days. I said, great, okay, I just want to make sure you know what you're missing out on. And then if you need to do something sooner, let me know. But then we'll push it back 90 days. I don't cancel the subscription. I push it back 90 days, and I'll put a note on my phone, remind the person that their subscription's starting again. And again, I usually do that a week out so I can remind them of that. The subscription started. Sometimes they want to push it back again, and I explain to them what's going on. And I've had other people, and you want to do what's best for them, but you also want to inform them of the truth. Like you're talking about the voice. I'm going to tell them, say, what's going on here. You're missing out. You see this as an expense. You're missing out on income that can offset this expense. So a lot of people, that's exactly what it is.
So be the voice of truth,
Yes.
you know, and have the courage to tell them,
Yep.
this is exactly, I understand your situation, but this is what it looks like for you. So be the voice, and then they can make their decision. They can't say you didn't tell them.
Yes.
That's the thing. So Lauren just asked a question, and I was just thinking about that. So we spoke to a lady today who is, she's really an evangelist, and she's traveling for ministry, and she's 79 and she's traveling for ministry and things, and she just wants to use the one sleeve, and that's the way she's going to sign up, and because she's going to just share with people to be customers. So for her, you know,
active, yeah.
she's going to earn 4 ways. Yes, quite correct, Lauren. She'll earn the 4 ways, and she will be active on one sleeve, which is 77 points. So, but that then just allows her to earn in 4 ways, which she's okay with, because she doesn't see herself building a. You see, we have to know like what's going to motivate them. So her whole thing is I want to use the product and I love to share it with people, but I'm not looking at building a team. She's looking for customers, and that's great. So for her, she'll still make money because you get that $20 every time they order a sleeve. So she'll still make money, and she'll still have the opportunity to make something on the binary, at least, because the volume goes up. So she'll have the opportunity to do that. So great question. She will be able to earn in 4 ways.
Absolutely. And the other thing I want to kind of highlight, because again, this is one thing, we're going to talk more about this in the next few weeks, but the key to building and actually being profitable is you want to have 2 strong legs. You don't want to have, most people will have one leg that's going to be a lot bigger than the other. The key is that you need to, when you're sponsoring people, to put the people on that other weaker leg. By doing that, you might sponsor 3, 4, 5 people in this leg, and then put some on the left, and then put 3, 4, 5 people here and put another one here. You want to do both sides, because you never know what's going to happen. But because what happens, we get paid on the binary on what's called the profit side. So we've got the what do they call this again? I think that's certain names for the different legs, but basically you got the leg that's the building leg, the one's growing, and then you also got the profit leg, and the profit leg is the one that is really the one that you get paid on based upon the percentage of what you're doing. So keeping that in mind, we've had people that we have to educate people on this all the time. You want to put one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right. But if you've got say 100 people or 200 or 500, we got people that have 5,000 people on one side. You're going to want to primarily build this side, but you still got to put some people on the left as well. So you're going to put maybe 5 people right, 1 person left, 5 people right, 1 person left. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way that you'll do that. So the biggest part to this is that we're going to be spending more time on this because we want you to understand this is the key to profitability as far as long term with the business is once again making sure people are on subscription and then working with the team to say, hey, I just had this happen or this going on. What would you recommend doing in that case? Because again, we've seen almost everything imaginable, and we've asked our team, this is what happened, what would you suggest? And they said this is what we suggest, and we've learned a lot from that. So again, we see all these different teaching situations. So the last thing I'm going to share on this, and then we're going to go, is the power of premium. You definitely have to have this printed off, or you have to have this in your phone so you can share this with somebody because you want to talk to them the advantages of why they may want to upgrade to premium or be a part of, basically sign up as a premium. The reason why we tell people to upgrade, some people say, well, I'm going to Advance Plus, that's fine. You're going to get the lower price at $90 instead of $100 a sleeve. But also when you go to premium, you are now don't have to buy any product for 90 days. So if you say, hey, I'm advanced and I want to upgrade, I want to get more product, the best way to do that is you get the premium because now you're covered for April, May, June. You don't have to buy anything until July. In this case, July, whatever today's day is, July 6th, right? So you don't have to buy anything until July 6th. So now you're covered. So basically that saves you 2 sleeves per month for the next 2 months. So that's kind of think about that, saves you on that. So
shipping.
And shipping it out. So you get the first way is you're going to get the lower price. Second savings is basically you don't have to basically pay for the next few weeks, which is basically 2 months, which is $400 plus the shipping and the tax. So all of that, when you understand savings, premium is $665 you save on tax and shipping, and don't have to buy anything for the next couple of months. It's significant. So to me, that's the best bang for the buck. So we tell people all the time, if you say, hey, I need some extra product and it's more than just 2 sleeves, instead of just buying some, talk to the person and say, does it make sense to move to the next level? Or hey, it might make sense to get premium. Now you got all this product. You don't have to buy anything for 90 days. It just kind of makes sense. So there's a lot of advantages for this. And this is really for the people that seriously want to build. And that's the reason why you're on here. So when you find people who want to build, we do recommend that. And if they can't do it, great. It's an optional thing, but there's a lot of advantages to that. And having extra product in hand always is better.
Yeah.
Always better. So.
And Lauren, I will check in with you so I can answer those questions because there is a way you can set it up in the back. That is where the person falls, and then also, you can sign them in and choose where they're going to fall. So I'll get with you to answer that question. And you know what? We'll have that. You guys, many people try to book. Oh, okay. You say that they don't want the 2-month or the 2-sleeve order ship.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Have you had a lot like balk at that and say, well, why would I want to do that when the purpose of getting the advanced or whatever is so I can get it cheaper? Like, do you know what I mean? And then their mindset is like, well, then why do I need to go on auto ship and pay? That I'm just asking, have you guys had a lot?
We've had some people, and when they say that, I'll explain to them. Now, if they're interested in just being a customer, so to say, and buying at the 6-month supply for them, then I'll push it back 90 days. So you and your husband are both using, so you get really a 90-day supply for both of you. We'll push back the auto ship 90 days. That way, and we're going to review it and everything else. But I don't, because I don't want you running out of product. I've told people, we've had people recently say, I don't want to run out of product. How do we get started? I said, great. Now you'll have people that'll kind of balk at that. And I say, this is the way we do it because I'm not going to remember. And when you run out of product, you call me and say, how quickly can I get a product? I'm going to say 4 or 5 days.
Right.
So, because that's really what it is.
So that's the difference between like, if they really want to, because I haven't really had that many people balk at that, but I just wondered in the last 3 years, if you had people were like, well, why would
it is a very small percentage, but when you explain it to people, and at least them understand this is the reason we do that. It's typically a customer that says, well, I'm just going to try it for 30 days or whatever. And I explain, you don't want to try it for 30 days. Trust me on this. You want to try it for 90 days. This is the reason why, because I want to set you up for success. I'd hate for you to say, well, I'm achy all over my entire body and expect it just to go away. It took you 10 years to get there, 20 years to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So. But we're up with time. So we love these kind of questions because, this is all the nuts and bolts of how we do this. So, if you have anything specific that you want to do, I know Greg and I are planning on doing like a question and answer with you guys at some point in time. So maybe just shoot us the questions and and we'll schedule a time when we do that, and then we have it recorded and people can get the answers and things like that. I think it's going to be useful and helpful for people. So, but otherwise we want to let everybody go because it is time. And
as I say, Friday Medicine, I'm going to reach out to you right after the meeting because I wanted to touch base with you. I'm not sure if you're still available for a few more minutes when I can give you a call as well. So
so we'll say good evening, good afternoon, but
we always finish in prayer. So
we love to pray a blessing over everybody, and I think we all need that, right? Special blessings. So,
so go ahead.
Thank you, Father. So Lord, we come to you in the mighty name of Jesus. So grateful for this opportunity that we can share with our friends and partners here on Monday, Lord God, and so grateful for this wonderful weekend that we had, Lord, remembering where we could remember the reason for the sacrifice, Lord. It was for us, and so grateful that in the victory we have everything that we need, Lord. And so thank you, Father, for this opportunity. Thank you for David Schmidt and Stephen Gina Merritt that just tirelessly pour into us all the time, and they don't really have to, but they do. And so grateful for them, their leadership. So grateful for everyone that is on here on this meeting and for their families. We pray a blessing over them, pray a blessing over their business, pray for uncommon favor and divine appointments throughout this week, Lord. And obviously, Lord God, that there's exponential growth for them. We thank you, Father. We thank you for the very many good reports that we will get next week, Lord God, the wins that we're excited to hear. So, Father, bless everyone further, and thank you that you bless their evening and their afternoons, Father, and make it profitable and productive. In your name, in the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Well, bless you guys. Great seeing everybody on here. Like I said, Friday, if you heard me just a minute ago, I'm going to give you a call. If you got a minute, I'm going to call you on your on WhatsApp. But besides that, let us know how we can help out. Again, we're just trying to get some tips and tricks, or tips on helping people, be more successful. And once again, helping as many people as possible is what we definitely want to do. So besides that, bless you. Have an amazing day. And then, like I said, if you need us for anything, let us know.
See you on the meetings this week.
Yes, see you in the meetings this week.
Whichever ones you're able to make. Bless you.
Yeah,
Bye.
awesome.